I recently changed my wife's parking spot, Lon's parking spot, over to the other side, and she decided to tag this side real well. So she says she needs a mirror that's operational. So this one looks like it's the crazy picker life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Good morning, fellow pickers, would-be adventurers. Dealer here with the Crazy Picker Life, Tuesday edition. Man, I tell you what, time flies, time flies, time flies. Well, it was wonderful having a day off yesterday. I took Tuesday off and actually stayed out of the office most of the day. I did come in 2 times for less than 15 total minutes. I had packed some orders on Monday, and you know, there were 9 or 10 of them sitting there packed. I could not let those sit there for 24 hours. So I came in and picked up my USPS orders and took those down there, and I grabbed my UPS order and took that down there, and I grabbed my computer and made sure that my video was up for the day. And then we did do some shopping for the office yesterday, food shopping. That's a Tuesday tradition. Didn't break that habit. Went shopping and brought all of our snacks and things like that in here. So for the most part, I did not work at work. I did get some projects done at home. I spent most of the day with my kids, and I spent some time with Lon, my wife, at night, both in meeting, sort of planning meeting, and just a little time together, hanging out. That felt really weird because even on Sunday, the fun day, it's usually just kids and then Lon, so we got to spend some time. I think next week, I think it'll be date night, or the week after, we're actually going to do something like that. So watch out for that. Boy, I tell you what, my life is getting so easy, it's not even funny. I really needed a day off. It was excellent. So how's your week going? It is Wednesday. I don't know what I said at the beginning. I think I might have said Tuesday. I think I missed a day. It is, I better check. It's the 2nd. I don't even have my calendar flipped. This is embarrassing. It's the 2nd of November. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. Used to be, when I worked corporate world or working world, I think hump day. You know, over the hump. Do you have everything done for the week? I don't know. I take Sundays off. The rest of the week, I don't even worry what day it is really, other than if I'm going picking. I'm excited about the weekend. We got crappy weather coming. We have the luxury when we go picking of going west 2, 3, 4 hours, east 2, 3, 4 hours, north. I don't know where we go north. We could go south, probably 5 or 6 or 7 hours. I don't think we're doing any of north or south. We may go east or we may go west, so I'll have to keep you posted. This is going to be more of a normal vlog. I've got lots of projects lined up for November. There'll be some picking, there'll be some listing, there'll be some you know, exciting things happening in our business that we like to share. We have our entrepreneurial class. It must be class number 4 tonight. I don't even write that on the calendar. I think I write it on the calendar at home. Yeah, I don't know. class number 4 tonight of 6, and we'll have to see if we can give our facilitator some feedback on our projects we have going. I didn't get a chance to read all the comments on the vlog, but I know we got some good comments that came in on Wheeler's project, proposed project, practice project, and I got some good comments from you guys on my sign business project too, so I appreciate that. Well, I sort of feel like talking all day, but what I've really got to do here, is position myself. Where are my buddies? They're still here, waiting for more work. This guy's waiting too. I gotta relocate him, clean him up, and figure out where he's gonna go. Find him a home. My office feels lived in, but in reality I haven't been able to clean it up or get it sort of brought back down to working mode for a whole 30 days. October was a whirlwind, right? Hope it was a whirlwind for you as well. Well, I'm here to pack some orders. I think I have 10 or 12, which is acceptable. I think I have time. It's oh, I don't know. That looks like that clock is losing a little time too. I'm gonna have to reset it. It says 5:12 a.m. It's actually 5:25. So all of my my wristwatch doesn't lose time, but my two main clocks have lost almost 15 minutes since the last time I updated them, which is probably, I don't know, a year. That one, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. That one's right, only twice a day. So here's the question that 20% of you want to know and the other 80% don't care about. How's the beer tasting, dealer? Well, I had a few Monday night, and really that was after midnight, so it was Tuesday morning when we were filming the long previous episode, and I had one each of the three of the, this is like a riddle. I had some of the craft beers. I got to figure out what they actually call them. None of those beers are like super weird and fruity or anything like that. They're all pretty standard beers. I mean, they're craft brewed high-end beers, but there's nothing too crazy there. I had 3 out of the 4 I sampled. I had 3 different ones in cans, and one I really liked. The other 2 were good. They're just so-so. The one that stood out was the Scotland Scotch Ale beer. That thing, boy, that's something else. And then I had a Blatz Light, which after you have all those other ones, having a Blatz Light kind of tastes like drinking water. But they were good. Last night had a meeting with Lon about the state of affairs in our business and home life and what we need to do here for the rest of the year. I had 2 beers, and Lon had a sip of each of them. That was part of the deal of having the meeting, and she liked the Scotch Ale one more than the others, but she didn't really like either of them. You know, a couple beers. It was good. No big deal, right? But it's good to be my own man again, where I can make my choice and have a beer if I want. I don't have to be on some sort of a fast or challenge. So, dealers back in town, watch out. All right, camera off, game on. November's here. November's here. Do what you need to do. Well, there you go. It's going to be time to go home and breakfast with the family. I took a step back, you know, yesterday and took a day off more or less. And after a hard month, like our month in October was really busy, really pushed it, I think that was a good move because I feel relaxed today. I feel like my pace has slowed down a little bit, and was reacting to bings and bangs and emails and stuff. And just did a UPS, so you can almost tell what an email is coming in sometimes, what it would be. It's the email sixth sense, right? So I didn't get all the packing done I wanted to this morning. I've backed off my pace a little bit, and part of that feels really good, and part of it feels like, oh, I didn't get it done. And then I realized the rest of the day I don't have to bust it today. I don't have that goal looming over my head, and I need to be satisfied with last month and not just keep pounding it. I need to level out, and that's what this month is going to be. Now, with that said, my birds here are watching over my pre-inventory area. I've got a corner over there I need to decide what to do with that stuff, and then we get into banana peeler stuff here. But this can't stay like this. Oh, I'm having trouble getting that angle. This is too empty. This is where I do my listing from. This is like my pre-stage listing area. I can't stay like that for very long, and so we're going to take care of that with some picking, maybe starting today. I have my 2-hour plus, and it's a 2-hour entrepreneur class, but by the time you go there for supper at 5:30, and we haven't been getting out of there until like 8:30, it's like a 3-hour class. And so tonight's a little short as far as work, but here's what's going to happen. By the way, this is really hard to erase. It's going to be a long time until we have another month like that. I know it. The only way we're going to have a month like that is if Wheeler and I both are going, at 80-90% the whole month. That's just a tremendous month. Very excited about that. Going to have to redo the board here tonight and put November's numbers and come up with a goal. I don't think we're going to make it in November, but that's not very optimistic. So again, I got some orders packed. 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 13, 15. I guess that's good. I guess that's good, but I still have still have 3 good ones to pack, and 2 of those are a little more delicate UPS orders. I'll get caught up. I'm not running a lot of sales today. So this is a bit of a mess, and obviously it's the back room. This is where I need to start. That cardboard's got to go out, and then all this stuff on the floor here. It's a whole bunch of camcorders that are going to be moved into Wheeler's room today, and this stuff will have to be toted up, and then get rid of my big box here, and got to clean off the chute so we can buy some more stuff. I'm going to take a little time and go through and consolidate the back stock and make sure I didn't miss anything. I've got a telescope over there I'm going to pull out, and enough, there's a light down there, and I got these hand paper dispenser things. I think that box, that big black one there, is part of the telescope. And then I've got some things that are listed that I could certainly consolidate a little bit. So this is going to be my project more or less for tonight. I'm going to see if I can pull out all the items that I have to list yet. I've got, just some things that I probably, if I list one of them a night for a while, it'll feel really good. I've got this Sony TV back there that looks a little bit like a robot. I've got to rip out the TV. There's almost like a monitor in there, and that whole setup there weighs like,
I don't know, 80 pounds or something. So if I can rip that out, I can actually ship that thing more reasonably. So, and then I've got these totes of things here, just some miscellaneous garbage. These chairs are gonna go to our house, our basement, for the kids to have down in their room. Really just clean it up. And this area has been sort of used and abused this whole year, and I've never taken time to reset it. And so that's going to happen this week. That's my project really for this week. Other than that, I would like to keep our $1,000 a day thing going, so I'm going to see if I can at least list a strategic item or two a day to keep that going, and then help Wheeler focus on doing his listing, which is really what he needs to do when he's here as a focus. And then we just got to keep the orders going out, which have been steady and strong. Now I've got other projects I will reveal shortly. One of the big ones is this inventory, and I'll just give you a real super quick preview. For example, I have lenses there, here, 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 down here, over here, and here. It's hard to find lenses, and I know that when February comes around and these lenses go down a couple notches in price and people are looking to buy lenses for summer, February, March, April, those are going to be flying off. So I need to get them all, like for example over here on this shelf, but in reality we have a little roof leaking problem there from time to time. Lenses are susceptible. I'll probably put them maybe back there or here, I don't know. But the point is, I got to get like items by like items again, and I need to look through the inventory and see if I can pull some things off to make some space, some old things that didn't sell. It's a big project, and it needs to be done. It needs to be done. Okay, I'm gonna go home and eat with the kids and my wifey. Hey, 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 family. I'll be back in the office later. Look who's back.
Coffee Maestro is in the house.
Coffee Ninja Maestro.
Coffee Ninja, yeah.
So what were you saying about this recipe?
Well, I've replaced the 2 tablespoons of sugar I usually put in there with 3 tablespoons of salted caramel sauce.
Yeah.
Organic salted caramel sauce.
Organic, yeah, so that's the deal.
Yep.
Yeah, first one in a while. Whoa, watch out, entrepreneurial class. Here comes dealer Ed Wheeler and banana peeler. Okay, somehow I tricked the boys into running today, and I'm not running, but we're gonna go out and run the hill course here. Down and back's about a mile, and you got 2 hills in there. I'm gonna go do 3 of those. Stick together, guys. Wind noise. So I'm having to combine time frames here a little bit because I've been lax on some jobs and some things going on in October. So it's time to catch up. Today's running is going to have to be my sacrifice. The little guys over here on Mini Park, over here on the east side of Colby. I'm driving super van. To be fair, I did this 2 years ago when we had a super snowstorm, and I got into a rut and got sucked into a telephone pole and snagged it on a telephone pole. I recently changed my wife's parking spot, Lon's parking spot, over to the other side, and she decided to tag this side real well. So she says she needs a mirror that's operational. So this one looks like it's worse than the other. I don't know if it's going to go back together. So I got one eye on those guys. One eye on those guys. And 2 eyes on this project. That's why I'm Four Eyes. Hi guys. That's why Four Eyes works, right? Okay, so we're gonna trade this thing in possibly this year, otherwise early next year. It's not worth much anymore. Let's get this project started. So the problem and the solution are one and the same. Well, the poor mirror backing that holds it on there, the little round thing that you press a button in here and it moves the mirror back and forth and up and down, the tabs are broken off on half of the mirror on the back, so it won't hold to that thing. Like this one's busted on the corner, but it's still, the mirror still has the tabs on it. I think we might need to order a mirror if she doesn't like the cosmetics of this dealer job right here, and I'm sure she won't. I don't think it's going to adjust very well anymore, but the masterful duct tape job, the wonders of duct tape in action. She told me she needed the mirror so she wouldn't crash, so that's that. Duct tape to the rescue once more. So we bought this van, I think, I don't know, 2009, 7 years ago, 6-7 years ago. And we thought we were getting a good deal. We actually bought this vehicle on eBay. First and last time I bought a vehicle on eBay. I have sold a vehicle on eBay, just an old Jeep. And I think, well, I didn't sell the Jeep on there. I sold an old Porsche body on there, actually. So, you know, it was a great deal. Drove across the state, went to pick it up. Cosmetically pretty good. But we find out later that it was a flower delivery vehicle. And so it was beat to crap, more or less, for how many miles it had on it. I think we had 60,000 miles when we bought it. And we have about 103,000 now. And it is falling apart. It's really hard to buy American. I mean, the sliding door doesn't work. I fixed it twice. The steering has always been screwed up, which I'm sure had to do with all the stopping and starting in potholes in St. Louis. Engine's good, tranny's good. It's been a decent van. It's just not that, wasn't as good as we'd hoped. The deal wasn't as good as we'd hoped. So we're gonna get her a new vehicle. It's her first new vehicle since she graduated college. She got a new vehicle in 1992 and drove that thing for almost 20 years. We sold it once to a family member and it came back to us out here for a while and then we killed it. So the next vehicle is gonna be a nice one, and depending on when we can get our house refinanced, could be getting that vehicle in December. She's excited. So super van here will be retired. Until then, duct tape only. Got my young adventurers over here on the hill course. Sorry about the wind noise. I have my wind muff. They are working over the landscaping here on an adventure. I'm sure everybody loves it. We're waiting for the boys. They're coming for lap 2, finishing it up. Walking and wore out. This guy, stick with me. Sam, careful. Got cars all around. Alright, so that's lap number 2. They got one more left, but must have wore them out yesterday there. They're dogging it a little bit. Stay to the side. Now, as their coach, I've got to kind of pay attention to when they're too worn out or when they're just schluffing. Today they might be worn out. You guys can't be that worn out. What? You can't be that worn out. We'll be waiting over there. What? We'll be over there. Finish up. Guys, stay over to the side. Across the railroad tracks. Trains do come through here. Mostly during harvest. Keep going, guys. Stay at the side. So, some people make comments about our running and things like that. if you've never been involved with, come here, give me your hand. You're out in the middle. Not really, but 2 feet out. So anyway, if you've never been involved in running before, distance running, when you're going to run a race that's 3 miles or 5 miles, or when we go to Atwood north of here, it's a 10-mile race. You gotta vary your runs, you gotta vary your mileage, you gotta run more than the race. So it's relatively serious training. I'm pretty easy on these guys, really. My coach was harder on us in high school. He had I don't know, he had 30 or 40 runners to deal with. He was a nice guy, but he was a tough guy. And you know, all the good runners that I've ever talked to out here, and surprisingly, there's probably 3 or 4, I don't know if I'd call them world class. I've talked to one world class and 2 college runners that were pretty good in college back in the day, 70s and 80s, somewhere in there. And they credited their running, and that they're still running today, to having a tough coach in high school. So if you've never run before and it looks like I'm beating my kids up, putting them out running all the time, making their life difficult, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. Discipline. Kind of a funny evening. We had our entrepreneurial class, and that went pretty well. It's been enjoyable for the most part. It's funny how the agenda of it is starting to be clear. There's county and area services that are going to be available to us to you know, push our idea forward. So obviously economic development means there is an agenda. And you know, I'm already doing my idea of the signs, and I guess if I really wanted to seek funding, I could go big time, but I'm pretty much self-funding. So we'll see. I've got a lot of irons in the fire on how to improve our business, and I'm feeling a little pressure, like I need to push forward on some other things, so it's kind of funky that way. We also have a young gentleman who wants to be a VC investor in our Wheeler's idea / our idea of Pickers. We got some more ideas on that. That's an interesting concept, and we'll probably develop it over the next months and years and see if it's something we want to do. But again, everything about this entrepreneurial class has mostly been just an experience for the boys, Wheeler and Banana Peeler, and for me, I did want to put my my toe in the pool and see, you know, what kind of entrepreneurial support climate was in the area, and I'm getting a look at that, so that's good. So we got 2 more classes left. Big presentation from each of us is due on week 6, where we present our polished idea and what we're going to do to move forward. So we're having to work on that, right? Well, big moving stuff around. I'm working in the back room, and it looks like I've got another day at least back there. There's just too much to do. The back room has been neglected for at least 3, 4, 5 months, and so it's good to get in there and root around. I found a bunch of stuff that I've got to either list or discard. That's one of our camera junk totes that I'll sort out. There's probably 3 or 4 other ones by now, and I sort those into 4 or 5 different lots and sell that up. A bunch of other miscellaneous stuff, telescope stuff, and I knew I had this. We did sort of a buyout of a local person that's in the medical-ish field, and one of the things that got thrown in was a whole Kenwood video system or whatever. So we're gonna hook that up to the TV, and I think it's a 7.1. I've got a couple speakers that I had been using as testing speakers somewhere back there. I'm gonna have to see if they're still back there, or either that or it's a 5.1, but it was mainly a freebie. I just need to get some wires and sort it out, and that'll give us some better sound. So I pulled that out. Oh, Wheeler took the initiative and got our $1,000 today with a bunch of lenses. That's good. I got my board erased, and we decided on our contest, in-office contest for next month. I'll have to write that up there in a few minutes. And I don't know if it looks like much. I got spaghetti for banana peeler to wind up for me. But I got a whole bunch of junk to basically throw away here. Just garbage. And this is all stuff that I've sort of went through and condensed that needs to be listed, or otherwise some of this is listed. My big cameras, I don't have room for them in the inventory room, and I've got this, I don't remember what it is, but a big sign that I have for sale. I still have to go through most of this stuff, and it spills over that way. I got the floor cleaned off. I got this floor cleaned off a little bit. There's some camera garbage here that I need to lot up and move out. Oh, I can get rid of those too. I'm finding that I've got quite a bit of stuff to look over, and you know, basically it's shit or get off the pot. I'm in a sorting mood. I'm in a getting to the bottom mood, and I think the reason I'm there is because I busted it so much in October. I don't feel an urgency that I got to keep on the treadmill of listing. And obviously there's an upside and a downside to that, but the upside right now is I'm going to spend a couple days cleaning and resetting this whole back room. Along the way, I'm finding, you know, 20 and 50 and even $100 bills that I need to list and or throw out and or process, whatever. So that's good. I think tomorrow I'm going to finish off these shelves and whatever's over here, under here, and then I'm going to figure out how to reset all this cardboard a little bit and a few other things. I do have some stuff back in here that I'll look out and either chuck or whatever. There's a stoplight that I have listed back there, and there's just a bunch of stuff that sometimes, you know, when I don't have an attachment to things, but when you've used things for a while and then you get better things, the old things kind of come to the back room. I haven't discarded or made decisions on all those yet. I'm gonna do that this week, and that feels pretty good that I'm having the energy and the time to do that. So that's what we're doing back here. I'm gonna have to see if I have more pieces of this. This is really a funny kit. This was the camera comic kit, and this is really from early, like 40s or 50s, probably 50s. And you know, you had all these different bodies and things like that, and these different scenes, and somehow you held this thing out in front, your face out in front, and it turned out that your face ended up being on one of these things in the picture. So somebody's gonna want that, but it's something that is so fragile, etc., that not many of them exist, so it's kind of fun finding that. Not much else going on back here. Kind of a different kind of day. I have some orders to pack that I haven't been all over. I'm going to spend some time catching up on paperwork a little bit tonight yet. Flip my calendar, write all my things on the new calendar page. Just get my desk back in order. Really just get on top of things. And that feels pretty good. So, low-key dealer. Wheeler's just on the rampage to keep listing. That's good. That gives me, it's really nice because that gives me the flexibility to do this once in a while. I don't not list or push hard very often, but really in an hour and a half I busted out quite a bit back here, so that feels pretty good. You know, I've got some other things to figure out, like I've got these I've got like beer clothing, and I've got these signs that are big, but they're not too big to ship. I think I'm gonna finally list those. You know, there's a few $100s there, and I just need to make a decision on them if I'm gonna list them or keep them or throw them. So that is the mode that I'm in. And as you get bigger, or if you're as big as I am, you know what this is all about. If you're not this big yet, and you open the floodgates to buying, you're going to buy mistakes. You're going to buy things that you don't list right away. You're going to have this back stock. You're going to have all this stuff. Some things are just too good to pass up. Some things are mistakes, whatever. Some things, like, you know, we now have an extra TV that we replaced. We have extra furniture that we replaced. Picked up some orange chairs for nothing. Got this other stupid chair. I mean, there's stuff like that around, so it'll all work out. I've got a plan to move from here to the next place, formulating as well, and so that helps me make decisions to process stuff. So should we check in with Wheeler? I think he was in the bathroom. I am drinking one Schlitz tonight. Tastes reasonable. I was gonna bring my beer signs in tonight and show them off for my pre-presentation, but it's a good thing I didn't, because I'm actually going to show 3 of them off in my presentation, my 5-minute presentation. That'll be a good visual. And then tonight I offered to bring in beer because we had pizza furnished by a local entrepreneur who owns a pizza place, and I thought beer and pizza, and it turns out no beer allowed on county property. So good thing I didn't do that. Alright, we're done back there for tonight. Well, I gotta end this video. I got no Wheeler. Wheeler's taking a break. So another daily vlog tomorrow. I will show my progress. I'm sure I'll have topics this week. I know many of you look at our last 10 videos and they were pretty hardcore. At least that's how it felt from me, the last couple. And so, not really that this gives you a chance to catch up on any videos you didn't miss or anything like that. The show will go on. Every day we put out information. But you need to realize that we can't put out A pluses or A's or B pluses or whatever you want to call that stuff. We can't put that out every day. There's just not enough energy, right? So if this was just a blah blah vlog, you can blame me. That's no big deal. Filler material, is that what my noise is? Well, I appreciate everybody's comments. Wow, it's been 24 hours on our long November 1st kind of question and answer, and we had a good $20,000 month, and we talked about that. We got almost 50 comments on that. My goodness, you guys are alive out there. That's awesome. So that was refreshing. I did get a chance to read through those. And again, I read through every comment. I don't respond to them all directly. Doesn't mean I don't like them. It doesn't mean I don't read them. Can't answer them all. Some are just not so easily answered just, on YouTube. And so they may be answered in future videos. All the information that comes in from you guys out there, it goes in here and it comes out somewhere, right? So certainly appreciate all the comments and support. Appreciate you giving us some comments on Wheeler's idea, Picker's Picker. If you haven't made your comment yet on my homework idea of selling high-end beer signs, old beer signs, or if you haven't made a comment and want to on Picker's Picker, we're going to start a pickers picking business, picking for other pickers, that kind of thing. You can still make a comment on that. We'll be using that in the formulation of our final entrepreneurial product. Appreciate that. Other than that, really enjoy the thumbs up. That helps us get a little more exposure in the YouTube world, and appreciate that. So, I don't have anything else tonight, and I'll have more tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Pick well, list often. Dealers out. Oh, dealers out, like that. Out. Fonzie or Schmonzie.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer Production.